One thing that never ceases to amaze me is the inability of Americans to fail to understand that nobody's obligated to like them. Most of the world does not like America, and for very good reasons. The multiple genocides, the whole slavery, the native genocide, the constantly interfering in other people's countries, and then murdering millions of people while their military is there, invading countries to steal their resources, building an empire and calling it promoting freedom, etc. No matter how many times they do this, they cannot get it through their head that other people are not obligated to like them. If you go on social media and you say, I don't like America, I don't like what it does, I don't like its murderous policies, I don't like its glaring hypocrisy, I don't like its thievery, all of it. And you will get a ton of hatred from almost every political perspective there is from Americans for saying that. And one of the first things they'll scream at you is calling you a traitor, because they didn't bother to check to see if you were an American or not yet. But it's interesting, like you can't say anything without them flipping out. It's not even like you make a criticism, they respond with something, and then there's a dialogue. Like they flip out and start threatening to kill you. Like if you say something about the troops, yeah, 1.5 million people were killed in Iraq because of the U.S. troops and their invasion of the country. They will turn around and then threaten to kill you. So the response to being criticized for murdering civilians is to threaten to murder a civilian. And it will be on a level that is just unreasonable, like to the point of absolute absurdity, to where things just don't even make sense. Because that's literally how it goes. The sheer, utter insanity of what they're doing, like it's completely irrational. That's mainly the problem. It's not that they're responding, it's that they're responding with such irrationality. They can't get it through their head. And a lot of them say, how dare you say anything about America? You're free because of us, even if you live in another country, even though America had nothing to do with my freedom and then actually tried to invade my country and take it away, but we beat your ass in 1812. But you see that. You can't, they won't let anybody say anything. Like it's literally apocalyptic if anybody says anything bad about America. Or anything even vaguely American related. Most people, when their country is attacked, or even just says something negative about it on social media, they just ignore it. Most healthy, well-adjusted adults will literally just ignore someone saying something, particularly if it's just an insult and not an actual criticism. But Americans will flip out on you, send tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet, attacking you relentlessly for weeks. And like if you just say something, your country is founded on several hundred years of slavery, which isn't even an opinion. It's literally true. And what blows me away is that now you would think it would be mostly rightists doing this. And you would be right. But then you turn around and you get these fash socks who are pretending to be left, behaving exactly the same way as rightists. What happened when the whole fash sock thing actually started? You say, yeah, what exactly makes America great? The several hundred years of slavery or the several hundred years of genocide? And these are things that America is rightly considered. And they attacked people for months. Not just me. Anybody who brought this up, they attacked it for months. They attacked those people for months for saying things that are true. They're not even matters of opinion. They're true. This is how you know that they're a cult. The complete inability to accept any criticism whatsoever. They can't even just ignore it. I mean, you can't lie and say slavery and native genocide didn't happen. Well, I mean, I guess you could. There were literally right-wingers, and I have seen some fat socks literally deny that it happened, or try to twist it in a way that, it helped people. There were another group of people who benefited from slavery and made lots of money off of it, and get into some really, really disgusting anti-Semitic territory. But generally speaking, you can't even say, yeah, we're responsible for that. We did that. They can't even accept that. They can't even accept a basic historical fact. Okay, if you don't like that it happened, okay, neither does anyone else. God, I hope there's no one that does. You say it was a mistake, and then you move on, or you acknowledge that that's a part of your history and that you've moved past it. I mean, kind of not really, but you would say that you've moved past it. But they can't take that. They won't even say that. They won't even acknowledge that as their history. They'll attack you for saying something that is literally the truth. Now in Canada, if you say, yeah, your land was stolen from the natives, there will be a slow but eventual acceptance that what you've said is true. Just don't say it to the Quebecois. Oh, we need to separate. We're a distinct culture, which, in my experience, it's really not. It's really just America in French. Just as the rest of Canada is just America in English. Now, Quebec is on stolen land too. And some of the mental gymnastics used by Quebec separatists is utterly astounding. They literally claim no natives were killed for the land in Quebec at all. None. And then I pointed to one particular, act of genocide, and they said, yeah, but this other tribe asked us to do it for them. Even if I assume that to be true, it would still be ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sorry I committed genocide, but, that other guy over there asked me to do it. What the fuck? How does that even work in your mind? They literally believe that any treaty that existed between the French and the natives was legitimate, but any treaty between the English and the natives wasn't. They're both on stolen land. And that fact actually got completely ignored during the entire debate of Quebec separatism, which frankly hasn't been relevant in 20 years. But to go back to my original point, just literally criticize America for something that it did, which is beyond dispute, and they'll attack you relentlessly. Even liberals will do it, because trying to forget that liberals are right-wing. They're not left. The left was created as an alternative to both liberal and conservative, which are both right-wing ideologies. They'll make excuses, well, we're not like that anymore, but if you keep bringing it up, then we can't move past it, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. Even when it comes to making 9/11 jokes, Americans can't seem to understand that other people, particularly those who have been victims of the United States, aren't obligated to feel sorry for them. No one outside of America has to feel sorry for you. No one outside of America has to respect or love the United States. You don't tell us what to do. You could make that argument about other Americans that, you shouldn't make fun of anything related inside the country. You could make that argument, but you'd be impinging on freedom of speech. But you have no right to tell everyone else who is outside the country, who is not one of you, that we're not allowed to think or feel about you in a way that you don't want. Now just watch the response to this video. Go into the comments and watch the name calling and the insults to everything that I have said. And I've not said anything that wasn't true. Everything I have said in this video is a verifiable fact. But watch the vitriolic response in the comments. Watch the dislike thing. It's gonna get tanked. Because anytime you criticize America, those who claim to be against what America is and believes in an alternate America, one that's a good one, being the one that doesn't tolerate gays, and that's really what they're talking about, they will freak out too. No, the America that I believe in doesn't have slavery or genocide. But I'm also going to get really, really mad and angry if you bring that up as something that America did. That doesn't even make any sense, but they do it. The point of this video is, no one's obligated to like you. If somebody insults Canada, I don't even care. Go ahead. Doesn't matter to me. Makes no difference in my life. I look at it the way any healthy, rational adult would look at it. Who cares what some idiot on the internet thinks? And that's the way you should do it too. If you had a modicum of integrity, you'd say, no, that's a fair criticism. Yes. If somebody says, Canada was built on stolen land too. Yes, I know, and I denounce that too. That is also wrong. I agree with you. And then they don't know what to do because they were just trying to attack you, not make a legitimate point. So just understand that those of us outside of the United States aren't obligated to like you. And the fact that I'm telling you this, that we're not obligated to like you, is going to enrage you to leave hateful comments, not only in the comment section, but on Twitter and other social media as well. Because your only response to this will not be, yeah, you're right, I guess other people aren't obligated to like me. It's to literally do the very thing that you're being accused of doing. And that's all you'll do. Because for some reason, that's the only way you think. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.